Hey guys, welcome back to HubClick. In this video, I'll be showing you, which discuss with you how to install and configure WireGuard VPN server on Windows. But first, check a special offer in the description. So let's get started. Now, if you want to install or start using or setting up WireGuard here, well, the first thing that you want to do is you want to install or get the installer from their official website. So just type in WireGuard download on any browser or in your search engine and look for wireguard.com. Now, in this case, go and choose the installation link here. Now, again, remember, always download official from official sources. So do not download from other sources. So yeah, in here you want to go and just choose the installer that you want to get. So if you're using Windows, go and download the Windows one. But if you're using other operating system out there like Mac OS, Ubuntu, go ahead and choose the appropriate one for you. But in my case, I already downloaded the actual file. I already click on it and have this installed in my PC. Now, what does it actually look like? Now, don't worry, it will automatically, once you click on the installer, it will automatically run. You don't have to do anything, and this is what you should be seeing in here. Now, in this case, what we need to do is you want to set up your tunnel first. So in this case, you want to go and click on the drop down button here next to the tunnel, click on the add empty tunnel option, and you want to go and just type in the following option. So in this case, you can go and just add a name for it. So let's just say this is going to be WireGuard config. Now, obviously, you could go ahead and use whatever name that you want to use in here. But what's important here is going to be your public key. Let's go ahead and copy the public key here. And let's go ahead and paste this in a document or in any file. And just to give you some idea, this is a notepad I've actually created here. You're free to pause this video and copy this at your own. But in this case, since we copied the public key, let's go and just paste that in here. And we're pretty much good to go here. Now, what you need to do next is you need to set up the listening port, so where the actual tunnel is going to be listening at, and also the address that the tunnel or the VPN will be using inside the network. Let's go ahead and copy this one. Let's go ahead and just press enter and just paste what we just copied here. And by the way, just make sure that you add an equal to it. Just make sure everything's correct. Once you've done that, you can go and just click on the save button here. And let's just make sure the name is correct. So remove the space, click on save, and we're good with this one. Now, next thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and add your client configuration file. Let's go and click on the drop down button again. Click on add empty tunnel. Now, from here, instead of us naming this as another config file, you could just type in client or whatever name that you want to set for your client, and you want to go ahead and copy the public key again, and you want to go ahead and just save this in another document. So I like labeling things like client public keys, server public keys here. But yeah, so once you've copied that, the next thing that you want to do is you want to set a few things here. Now, in this case, we'll be using the client config here. Now, in this case, what you need to do is you want to go and fill out some necessary information here. Like, for example, what's the server public key here, and also what's the server public IP. Now, the server public key here is what we just copied before. Let's go and just copy this one, and let's just paste it in here. Now, for the server public IP, well, you could just use your IP address. Now, if you're wondering what's your IP address, you could just open up any browser here, just type in what is my IP address, go ahead and click on the what is my IP address website, and you'll be able to get a copy or your actual IP address for your PC. So I already have mine copied, so let's go ahead and just paste this in our file. Now, once you have that in here or in your file, what you could just do is you could go and just copy the whole client config section here and just paste it in your new config file. Let's go and just copy this and paste it in here. And by the way, just to give you some idea, the public key is going to be what we just copied before. The allowed IPs are going to be like an indicator just to make sure that any connections will be redirected to your VPN. And our endpoint here, if you want to access connect to your VPN, this is how you do it. And this is what we actually set for the actual port. So this is the port, this is the actual, this is our IP address, and this is the port where we can actually connect on the client side. But yeah. And yeah, also make sure that everything is actually spelled correctly. Like, for example, I misspelled this to a single L. Just make sure it's allowed IPs. Now, once you have that, you can go and just click on the save button here. And that should save your changes. Now, from here, what we need to do next is we want to basically export our file. So in this case, you want to go and click on the export all tunnels to zip. Once you've done that, what we need to do next is you want to go ahead and save this to whichever location that you want. So we're going to choose the desktop option here, and we could just name this as WireGuard config. And from here, let's go and just click on the save button. Now the thing with this one, this is our zip file. What you need to do is you want to go ahead and open up the zip file, double click on it. And you want to go and just remove the WireGuard config and just leave the client as is, because you'll need to use the client config file on the device that you need or that you want to connect on your actual server or your VPN. So you'll be using that later on. And also one more thing, you may need to go back into your WireGuard here, and you want to go ahead and access the WireGuard config file again, and you want to go and click on edit. Now from here, we need to add a few more details, but don't worry, client is already complete. We only just need to update the actual WireGuard config file. Now from here, you want to go and just copy the section for peer public key client public key here. So this one. So by the way, the client public key is going to be this key that we copied before. Let's go and just paste it in here. Let's go and copy the whole peer section. Let's go and just press enter here. Press or paste it, and let's go ahead and click on the save button. Now once you've done that, we are now ready to start using it, but there are a few adjustments here. Like for example, if you want to connect outside to your network, well, there are a few changes that you may need to do as well. Now before that, let's go ahead and click on the activate button here so we could start using it, and it should be activated any minute now. As you can see, it's now activated. Now what we need to do is want to go and click on search and just type in the following. It's going to be network connections. Now you should save your network connection, so you can click on this one. Now what we need to do is you want to go and select the following options. Now in here, you want to go and look for your actual connection. So may it be your, let's just say, your Ethernet connection, local, your wired connection, or your Wi-Fi, depending on what you're using. So in my case, I want to actually modify this one. Let's go and right click on it, click on properties. Inside properties, you want to go to sharing. And inside sharing here, you want to go and just choose the allow other network users to connect through this computer's interconnection. And just make sure that you set this to WireGuard config, whichever we've set before. So in this case, this is the name that we set for WireGuard. Let's go and choose this one. Let's go and click on OK. Now from here, it's going to say or ask you to enable your LAN adapter set to the following IP address. Let's go and click on yes. Let's go and click on OK. Or let's go and wait for a while here until it sets up. Now, once you've done that, you want to go and have just a few things as well. So like, for example, you may need to go to properties again. You want to go and look for IPv4, Internet Protocol version 4. Click on properties. And from here, instead of using the obtain an IP address automatically, use the following IP address here. And you may need to set up your own IP address in here. So you could use whatever address you want. Now, once you've set your IP address, again, you could use whatever you want in here. This is just an example. But yeah, once you've done that, go ahead and click on OK. And you could go and click on close here. Now, what you need to do here is you need to make sure that your IP address on your router is the same IP address that you are seeing publicly in the What Is My IP Address website. Now, the thing with this one is if they are the same, you'll be able to use WireGuard here. But if they're not, it means that your router is using a private IP address, so you won't be able to use or totally use WireGuard here, because again, you need to have the same IP address. But once you do have this, or you can guarantee that they are pretty much the same thing, what you could do is you want to set up what we call NAT forwarding. And also, by the way, if your connection is not dynamic IP, you may need to set this to static IP, so just in case that your connection or your IP address doesn't change frequently. But yeah, so in this case, you want to go to NAT forwarding at the left side here. You want to go and choose port forwarding, and you want to go and add the following information. Let's go and click on add, and you want to go and add the information here. Now, just to give you some idea, you just need to add a service name. Now, the device IP address, you could just use the following IP address. Now, for the external port and internal port here, you could just use the following. So, in this case, this is what we've been using before. And from here, protocol, you could just keep this as is. Now, once you've done that, go and click on save. And from there, you want to go ahead And you want to make sure that the actual IP address here is actually inside the same IP address, and LAN IP address should be on the same subnet. So you just need to make sure that you are within that subnet. So if this does not fit you, you may need to update this and just make sure that you are within the same subnet. But once you've done that, you just need to set up WireGuard in your client device. So typically what you could do is you could just basically, like for example, if you're accessing this via your mobile device, you could just add or import this tunnel from a file. So what we just created before, so the file that we just created here, you just need to import the file that we've got there and just add this into your client device. Now typically you'll have the option to connect on those client devices, and from then on you should be pretty much good to go. And that's about it. So if you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button and watch our next video.